Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Subsistence Traveling. I'm your host Jay. Today we're talking about 10 blockchain slash crypto stocks to buy now. Alright, so I'm gonna give you a second to read the disclaimer. Alright, so we get into the case for crypto stocks. Blockchain is a very disruptive technology. Okay, and basically cryptocurrencies allow users to access the blockchains. And the blockchains is very useful for many purposes. And at first I didn't understand what was the purpose of cryptocurrency, but the way things will operate in the future in a more decentralized manner. Okay, so and that is the purpose of having cryptocurrency. All right, it's a very speculative industry. It's in its infancy. Most of the companies aren't currently profitable, so it's definitely speculative. But like I've always said, sometimes it's that small part of your portfolio that's speculative that can give you that exponential growth that you need. And again, exponential growth. There's a I've already experienced exponential growth, not only from holding crypto itself, but owning some of these crypto related stocks. They've returned really good returns. All right, so one of the things you want to think about right now, the average cost to mine one Bitcoin is around 5,000 USD, and that's give or take, where you are, what country you're located in, but give or take, it's around anywhere from 5 to 7 thousand USD, depending on where you're located. A lot of it has to do with the cost of electricity and so forth. But with Bitcoin, I think the last price I saw was around 32,000. So that's a huge profit margin there. So that's something to look at. So when you're dealing with the crypto miners, the Bitcoin miners, it's almost a sort of a leveraged way. It's almost like a leveraged way of betting on Bitcoin in a much more leveraged fashion. There are numerous uses for cryptocurrency in the blockchain. You have store of value. I guess a lot of people look at Bitcoin as a store of value. You have smart contracts, and a lot of the Ethereum and a lot of the Ethereum based cryptocurrencies, you know, are very useful as far as smart contracts are concerned. You have decentralized finance. Again, Ethereum, a lot of the other Ethereum related cryptocurrencies. It seems as though we have a breakdown in our institutions, and a lot of things will be decentralized. And I think that that is probably the main reason for the blockchain and crypto is just the whole this decentralized world that we're heading into. It seems as though we've already experienced a breakdown in our institutions, and everything will be decentralized for a while. Okay, so right now we are seeing a lot of institutional investors, you know, coming into Bitcoin, a lot of hedge fund managers and a lot of banks and, big names in finance is coming into, the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space. So, that's very positive for the market. I have markets. You have futures and options, ETFs. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, you already have Bitcoin futures are listed on the CME group, and also the ability to trade Bitcoin options. So that's a market there. When you see futures, it's almost like you're saying that you believe Bitcoin is a commodity to an extent. Also, you have Ethereum, I think in February, the CME plan on launching Ethereum futures. So those, this will make the cryptocurrency more liquid. And once people see that there's a market and it's official, it will only attract, more investors who need to see that it's official, it's legitimate, and so with the ability to trade futures and options, I think that should be very good. You have inflation hedge. Guys, the inflation that's coming is like no inflation that we've experienced, especially if you've lived in the US most of your time or in the Western world. I don't think we've experienced this kind of inflation. I was I am considering becoming a U.S. citizen, and the the application fees, they're considering increasing the application fee, and right now it's around almost I think $600 and something to for the application. They're thinking about increasing it to almost 1,200. I mean, the type of inflation that we're gonna see, it's just ridiculous. Stuff, just doubling, and it's just, the inflation that we're gonna see in the coming years is just nothing that we've seen before. And so I think crypto will be a good inflation hedge. There are other things that we can, use to hedge for inflation, but I think crypto will become a very good inflation hedge. So that's something to look at. Guys, as always, the criteria for looking at these stocks, we look at profitability, but as I said, this is a speculative industry. Most of these companies won't be profitable. The list that I have, I think maybe three of the stocks are profitable. Valuations, I'm just gonna give you the heads up. The valuations, these are out the roof. Have very high valuations. Liquidity and solvencies. Most of these companies are have liquidity and solvency. Hardly any dividends. The fundamentals of the sector stash industry is very, the outlook is very good. All right, so the first one we have is Riot Blockchain, ticker symbol RIOT, priced at 26.59, price to book of 21.4, pays no dividend. Again, the valuations are extremely high here. This is a Bitcoin miner, and like I said, the average cost for mining Bitcoin is 5,000 USD. Last time I checked, is around 32,000. So the profit margins are crazy. Okay, so and then this is one of the best names in that space. So yeah, definitely something to look at. Next, we have Taiwan Semiconductors, ticker symbol TSM, priced at 118.69, price to earnings of 30.51, price to book of 8.5, pays a dividend of 1.48%. Okay, and this is an excellent stock. The whole mining crypto requires a lot of computer chips. Taiwan Semiconductors, they make semiconductors, or also known as computer chips. And the process of mining cryptocurrency requires lots of computer chips. And there are also other things that would benefit Taiwan Semiconductor. I mean, I think semiconductor space is a very good space to be in right now, because as far as the upgrade of our devices, we need faster devices, which was gonna increase the demand for computer chips. We have 5G rollout, IoT, the Internet of Things. So computer chips, should do very well. And like I said, it's a key input when it comes to mining cryptocurrency. Taiwan Semiconductor right now is the largest semiconductor manufacturer in the world right now. So, yeah, definitely something you need to, definitely a good stock to look at. All right, next we have Kanan, ticker symbol CAN, price at $6.25. Price to book of 175, which is just crazy. A low price stock, so I mean, you can acquire a few shares and it won't cost you a lot, but the valuation is just absolutely crazy. It's just crazy. This is a Chinese company. They produce the equipment, the equipment that's used to mine cryptocurrency, specifically mostly Bitcoin that most people mine, but people are getting into mining Ethereum as well. From what I understand, the equipment, because mining cryptocurrency, it's a long process and it takes a lot of energy. A lot of times the machinery it doesn't last very long. So one of the things people look at is that when people are mining cryptocurrency, they constantly have to keep buying equipment, and that bodes very well for companies such as Canon, who produces a lot of that equipment. So that's definitely something to look into. Next, we have Bit Digital, ticker symbol BTBT, priced at $25.03. Price to book of 26, no dividend. Again, extremely high valuation. Again, this is another Bitcoin miner. The financials are good. Like I said, the profit margins right now, it's very crazy. Really good profit margins, and the miners, when you're talking about stocks related to cryptocurrency, the miners is where it's at. That's where you're gonna get the most alpha. Okay, so yeah, definitely something to look at. All right, so we have Silvergate Bank, ticker symbol SI, priced at 74.13, price to earnings of 71.16, price to book of 5, pays a dividend of 0%. This is even though this is high valuation, this is probably one of the best valuations of the stocks that we're going to mention today. This is a bank. They're already profitable, as you can see. They're profitable. They've been in existence for years. They're a bank, but they finance a lot of crypto and blockchain related projects. Okay, so when you're banking can be, if you're financing the right things, banking is a very profitable industry, and they have really good profit margins and so forth. So yeah, this is a very good. This is probably one of the safer. If you want a safe way of playing cryptocurrency, this could be a decent way. I mean, banking, is a very decent business, and that could be this is probably one of the safer ways to play the whole crypto thing. We have NVIDIA, ticker symbol NVDA, priced at 531.7 cents, price to earnings of 74.87, price to book of 21.4, dividend of 0.12%. NVIDIA is a really good stock. High valuation, I have to say, but it's a really good stock. A lot of things are going good for it. As I've said, mining cryptocurrency requires a lot of semiconductors, and NVIDIA produces what's called GPUs that are very important to mining cryptocurrency. Like I said, the company has a lot going for it. It it um it also produces a lot of semiconductors as it relates to electric vehicles, a lot of semiconductors as it relates to games, and they're doing very well. Robotics and so forth. Artificial intelligence. They're doing. NVIDIA is a good place to be right now. High valuation, but they're doing it right now. Okay, so yeah, this is another play on cryptocurrency. Because like I said, the demand for cryptocurrency will just increase the demand for chips from NVIDIA. All right, so we have eBank International, ticker symbol EBON, priced at $6.90, price to book of 43, no dividend. Okay, and again, the valuation is extremely high on this one. They create equipment, a lot of hardware when it comes to mining Bitcoin. I think they produce like sometimes you have to cool machines that you need machines to cool a lot of communication machines and so forth. So they create a lot of hardware, produce a lot of hardware for the mining sector. Then we have One Connect Financial Technology, ticker symbol OCFT, priced at 22.36, price to book of 28.5. Okay, and One Connect is a Chinese company. They were once a part of Ping An. They're a subsidiary of Ping An Insurance, which is one of the largest insurers in China. They have financial technology, and they use blockchain. They have a blockchain service where they pretty much seem to be revolutionizing the whole financial industry with the blockchain. So they're not a crypto. They're not a crypto miner or anything, but they're they use the blockchain, and they're doing some very interesting things. I've looked on some of the projects that they're doing, and very interesting, and it be very useful technology. Yeah, so this is definitely one when it comes to adaptation of the blockchain. I think this is one of the companies that will benefit from it. All right, so we have Zoomlay Limited, ticker symbol XNET, priced at $4.30, price book of one. I'm mistaken. This is probably the best valuation. And this company, it's so funny. A few weeks ago, I bought this at I think around two something. Now it's already at four. It's crazy. But what's interesting about them? They have a software as a serve. I mean, I'm sorry, blockchain as a service business. And from what I understand, it's picking up. It's doing good. And I think blockchain as a service, will become very big in the future, because right now a lot of companies, it's very expensive. I think it would be very expensive to implement blockchain. But if you have, I guess, blockchain as a service, now I think it will create opportunity, because as we have it right now, most of the companies who can create a blockchain are mostly large companies who have the resources to it's the technological resources to do so. But as far as for middle-sized and small enterprises, it will be very difficult because the technology is very expensive. But if you have blockchain as a service, that could be a game changer. So and again, it's another Chinese company, and something to look at, something to look into. Last but not least, we have Marathon Patent Group, ticker symbol MARA, priced at 26.39, priced book of 28.3. Again, high valuation. Again, this is another crypto miner. If you're looking for, like I said, if you're looking for the alpha, that's the miners is where you want to be. You know, nothing else to say. Just All right, so here's some things to consider. You want to look at some of the Canadian Bitcoin miners. You have some of the more profitable, some of the Canadian Bitcoin miners are already profitable. Energy costs tend to be very much lower in Canada. And that's pretty much what it boils down towards, really energy costs. So you may want to look into some of the Canadian Bitcoin miners. None of them are listed down here in the U.S. Some of them trade over the counter. If you have the ability to trade over the counter stocks, I don't, but yeah, you want to look at some of the Canadian miners, because I think some of them are still very low priced, and I think you could see some really good returns on those miners. Again, the OTC, the over the counter exchange listed miners. There are other US based Bitcoin miners listed on the over the counter exchange. It's just, if you have the ability to buy them, because you can really make some good returns on that. Well, I want to speak about the regulators. You have to just bear in mind that this is a new technology. It's very disruptive, and so right now it's just all up to the regulators. And you know, there's some positive. You've had good news, and you have bad news. You've had the government came out and said, oh, okay, banks can access blockchain networks with stable coins. So that seemed like a positive for the. But then they've also came out with some regulations as far as it's like I said, it's you've had a lawsuit against Ripple and so forth. So I mean, it's a very iffy thing, but like you just have to keep in mind that the regulators right now are really in charge. But I think crypto will become very important in the future. But you just got to bear in mind that the regulators are going to, you know, cause, they're gonna something to look into. All right, so here's some other companies. Advanced Micro Devices, another semiconductor company. Like I said, semiconductors are very important when creating, when mining cryptocurrency. We have Intel, another semiconductor company. Diginex, ticker symbol EQOS. This is a Singapore-based. They have a crypto exchange and and so forth. So you want to look into that. We have Future FinTech. This is e-commerce, China-based e-commerce. They're doing e-commerce with the blockchain and so forth. So very interesting. I think this was up maybe 13 or was it 30% last time I checked. Something to look into. You have the CME Group, which is an exchange. Like I said, they already have Bitcoin futures and options, and I think they're releasing Ethereum futures in February, along with options. So that should be very interesting. And then We have IBM is another company, to look into. So guys, like I said, nice video. I hope I was able to give you some useful information. As I always say,